This is Michelle Wallacay coming to you live from the living room floor yet again. I wanted to post a video about simple habits for singers. A lot of my students are really not good at making time for practicing or finding space to practice away from their relatives, or just like, it can feel like I feel like I'm not doing enough to make progress. So I wanted to give 5 quick habits that are pretty simple, I think, to integrate into a regular life. And I chose 5 because most of us have 5 fingers. So hopefully this is going to make it easy to remember. If this isn't easy to remember, I'll put a link below the video to a place where you can download this on a piece of paper, if that'll help. So, okay. So simple habit for singer, number 1, is notice how much space you can take up. Singing requires a much larger sense of our physical self, our external self, and also inside our mouths in order for the project to go well. It's really not possible to sing well with the same space we have for speaking or in our regular kind of crunched down, like, kind of driving life. Okay, so habit number 1 is something you probably already do, is stretching up and out and over and down. You can try to touch your toes. It's a great thing to do every day. Or, approach your toes. The more you try, the better it'll get, probably. And also, when you're stretching, you want to be, I didn't put the camera in the right place, but you want to be aware of your side waists. How tall, how long can you feel on this part of your body, the side of your trunk, on both sides? Because that space, that extra, not normal life space maybe, between your rib and your bottom rib and the top of your hip is really helpful for breathing deeply, and therefore singing well. Sound is moving air, so the more air you have, and the more ease with which you can access that air, the better your singing is going to be. And the second part of taking up space, internal space, is something I call yawning with intention. So when you yawn, what's happening inside your mouth? You're raising your soft palate, which is the back of the roof of your mouth, which you can find if you take your tongue and you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you notice your teeth and your gum line. And then there's a hard part at our hard palate. And if you keep going back with your tongue, you'll encounter like a bony, knobby bit. And if you keep, so you might feel that it scoops up and then you hit the knobby bit. And if you keep going with your tongue past the knobby bit, you run out of tongue. But you can probably reach the edge of your hard palate, where your hard palate meets your soft palate. That part back there, that soft palate part, goes up when you yawn. And if you talk into that, if you raise your soft palate and you speak into that space, you're going to sound like Julia Child. And that's a good thing. And you might also notice that it's difficult to hear. You can yawn, you can create so much space inside your head that you kind of deafen yourself. You know how if you're in a really good yawn, you can't hear? It's good to be able to explore that kind of space. So I'm betting you already yawn every day. Another part of the yawn I want you to pay attention to is loosening your jaw. So your mouth gets really wide, it gets really high in the back and low in the front. And that's a stretch that's healthy, good. And it might feel like for me today, my jaw's pretty tense, and that's a stretch I need to do today. Okay, habit number 1, see how much space you can take up with your outside self and your inside self. You can also apply this to your heart if you want. How big can your heart get if that's part of your spiritual practice? It's a good one. Will that help you directly with your singing? I think so. You don't have to believe me though, and it might not help you with your singing, but certain for me, the bigger my heart, the more generous my heart, the more vulnerable I can be, the more comfortable I can be with my vulnerability, the better my singing is. Okay, number two, make some noise. Any kind of noise. You can hum something simple that just makes you happy. You can sing anything, really, out loud. So any song will do. It doesn't have to be a fancy song. It doesn't have to be a long song. It's just the habit of a singer should be to sing every day, something. And if you're having trouble making time for singing every day, lower your standards. If singing every day means like, a half an hour of something or an hour of something, I don't know, whatever benchmark you've set for yourself, that this is what counts as practice and you're not meeting it, well, just make it simpler. Beating up on yourself is not helping. I think it rarely helps much of anything. So what would be a suggestion of a simple song to sing? The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. That counts. You could even stop there, but why would you? You want to finish the phrase, right? And you want to sing about the wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish. Have fun. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. These are perfectly good songs. And if you sing them, you're singing. And singing is good. So that's 2. Notice how much space you can take up. Make some noise. Other noises that count. Those are all noises that count. Is not pushing in my throat. That's just like as honking a sound as I can make out, really nasal, goosey sound. It's good for your body. So number 3 is to make a habit to listen to performers that you love. If you have Spotify, if you have a car radio, if you have a record player, hooray for people with turntables. Every day, listen to somebody making music that you like, and especially if they're singing. And if you can, once a month or so, go hear one of those people live. Support live local music wherever you are. Or just go to something you've got no idea what it is. It could be terrible. Go to the farmer's market. Go hear live musicians. Go watch real people singing in public and notice that they're not dying and you didn't die. And maybe one day you can do that too. Part of listening to performers that you love, I think, is making playlists, noticing what you like, noticing what lights you up, notice what made your day better, and notice what lights up the people around you. Notice. Number 3, listen to performers you love. Number 4, keep lists of songs you like to sing and poems you know by heart, and in a place where you can find them. So in a binder. The lyrics to just about every song ever written are available online, and sometimes they're horribly wrong, but often they're not. You can go to azlyrics.com. I think they have the fewest ads, and it's the easiest to just see the lyrics and not everything else that's not related to the lyric. Or ultimateguitar.com has the chords. You can print them out, put them in a binder, write them out into a notebook. That's an especially useful way to try to memorize lyrics, is by writing them out. And even next step beyond that, writing them out as though it's regular speech or regular sentences, rather than with the line breaks for the rhymes, because often in songs, the sentence is not where the line breaks are or where the phrases end. And when you can have the whole idea in your head of what a songwriter is trying to, or a composer is trying to communicate as a sentence, it can make the phrases easier to learn. And this is a book, a collection of stuff that you want to have where you can find it, where it's easy to add to. And can this be electronic? Yes, absolutely. You can keep this in a document in your phone, and a note on your phone, a document on your computer. However you want to do it, just put it somewhere where you can find it and look at it and sing from it once a day, or recite a poem from it once a day. Keep what you love before you. That will keep you going. Singing is all about being more you, more of the time. And part of you includes what you love. Okay, so that's number 4. That's your ring finger. And number 5 is daydreaming. Let yourself daydream at least once a day. And if you can, take notes. It is possible to be my student without having a journal, but it's a lot easier to be my student if you have a journal. So what do I mean by daydream and take notes? I mean, like, current reality completely, set aside. What songs would you like to sing, and where would you like to sing them? Who would you like to sing them to? What would you like to be wearing? Where would you like to be singing them? Do you want to be in the Greek Theater at Cal? Do you want to be in a concert hall? Do you want to be in a Grange Hall barn in a great big wooden building? Do you want to be in a meadow? What do you want to sing? Who do you want to sing it to? And where do you want to be when you do it? And it doesn't have to actually be planning to happen like next week. This is a daydream. This is a daydream. And notice what's in your daydream. And honor what's in your daydream. Daydreams aren't silly. Daydreams are super important. So one of the things you can do with your daydreaming, or one way to daydream, is on paper, making collages, drawing pictures, writing poems, writing journal entries, writing short stories about imagined futures. Okay, writing a short story every day, it would be a lot. But that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you to daydream. And if you're worried that you're going to start daydreaming and then you're not going to get anything else done, you can set a timer on your phone for, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of daydreaming. You'll feel better for doing it, for sure. So to recap, my 5 simple habits for singers. I think you can do them every day. Number 1, notice how much space you can take up in the world and in yourself. The world needs you to be bigger. This is almost always true. It might always be true, but I'm afraid of saying always. So I'm going to say almost always. Make some noise, any kind of noise. Humming, lip trilling, singing a song. Simple song. Make noise. Listen to performers you love. Find opportunities to hear people live. Keep lists of songs that you love to sing and poems that just mean the world to you, and have them in a place you can find them. And daydream and take notes about what you daydream. So that's my Friday list from my living room floor for you. If you're here live, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. If you have any comments, comment below, and I will put a link to a piece of paper with what I just tried to say on it on my website. So have a great weekend. Happy holidays to everybody, and good health to you.